Work experience. This is an interesting one. First bullet point says everything is relevant, and I really do stand by that. We've given a huge number of kind of application skills sessions over the last few years, and one of the most common mistakes is people omitting pieces of work experience they've done from their CVs and their applications because they don't think it's relevant. I have worked at a supermarket, I've done a paper round, I've worked as a bin man at Glastonbury festivals, and all of this has come up in interviews, and it's been some interesting points of discussion. I mean, the main thing is they show work ethic. They show that you've had experiences that help to develop you as an individual. And for that reason, it's worth pointing out that you've had a job since you were 15, you like to work, you like to be independent. So don't discount anything. Do you guys want to speak about some of your work experience you've talked about?
Yeah, no, I think the point is that law school, any kind of firm that you go into, they think you can learn from anything. You know, learning from, I had an administration job for a symphony orchestra, and I've given anecdotes of how musicians in an orchestra can behave at certain points like children and make people laugh. And again, going into skills such as adaptability when you meet different types of people and different types of work experience, stemming from working in the deli in the supermarket to paper rounds as well, or teaching kids in America horseback riding. So anything really is places where you will develop skills, whether or not you think you do or not.
Yeah, I would reiterate that as well. I see lots of students who tell me they haven't got any work experience when we start talking, and then it becomes apparent that they've perhaps been working for a supermarket for 5 years, they've been promoted, they're a team leader. And the sort of skills that you are able to get from bar work, shop work, are around teamwork, around customer service, around marketing, which are all key things that city firms are going to be looking for from you, whether you're in banking or in law or in consultancy. It's a market out there where everybody has to fight for clients. And if you can demonstrate that you've already got those personal skills, then you're going to be slightly ahead of the game. And I have known one student in particular who was told that he'd come top of a recruitment process for the organisation he wanted to work for, and that the final differentiator had been the fact that he'd worked in a bar job throughout a summer. So don't ever discount anything that you've experienced. And also, seize the opportunity, particularly at the end of your first year, when getting a meaningful internship is probably not going to happen in your preferred area, to go and do some sort of work.
Thanks. We then come back to the age-old mantra: do not lie and do not oversell your experiences. So, I was honest and said I worked for the recycling crew at Glastonbury. I did not say I was headlining the festival, because it will come back. We'll probably come back to you in the interview, and they'll be able to tell if you're trying to make up a lie on the spot. And we have heard hilarious stories that we can't talk about here, of some of the lies students have been caught out on. A lot of them, again, revolving around languages, but it can also happen with work experience. If you are talking about your experience in another firm, for instance, if you're interviewing at one firm in the summer, having interviewed somewhere else at Christmas, try and remember an overview of some of the work you've done, because again, it shows that you approached that internship with enthusiasm and you really took an interest. But do beware of confidentiality. If you sit in one firm and talk about a load of confidential information involving another firm, then the firm you're interviewing at won't trust you. So just a small point, but always bear that in mind. And just make sure you know the details of all your work experience before you go. Write it down every time you've finished a piece of experience, the skills you've got from it, the kind of things your role involves, so you can talk confidently.